Good afternoon to all. Electric circuits or electric networks. It is the title of this video lecture. Definitions of electrical network, branch, junction, node, mesh or loop. Classifications of electrical network are the topics now we are going to discuss. It is useful for all the first year students who are studying the subject basic electrical and electronics engineering, especially for BE 3251 subject code and BE 3252. Let us take the definition of network. Any arrangement of the various electrical energy sources along with the different circuit elements is called an electric network. Dear students, look at the circuit diagram shown in this slide. A, B, C, D, E, F are the terminals. E1, E2 are the voltage sources. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6 are the resistors. Any arrangement of the various electrical energy sources in the circuit diagram, E1, E2 are energy sources, that means voltage source, along with the different circuit elements. Here resistor considered as circuit elements is called an electric network. Next, branch. A part of the network which connects the various points of the network with one another is called a branch. In the circuit diagram, look at the terminals A and B. Here AB is called as branch. Between terminals A and B, resistor R1 is connected. A part of network which connects the various points of the network with one another. Here A is connected with B. In between A and B, R1 resistor is connected. AB is called as branch. Similarly, BC, CF, CD, DE, EF all are called as branches. It is another example, that is CF. Next one, junction point. A point where three or more branches meet is called a junction point. Three or more branches. Here in the circuit diagram, look at the points C and D. In point C, there are three branches connecting each other. BC, FC, TC are the three branches meeting each other. Similarly, consider D, point D, AD, ED, CD. Three branches are connected in point D. So it is called a junction point. Next one, node. A point at which two or more elements are joined together is called a node. Now look at the difference between junction and node. In junction, three or more branches meet, but in node, two or more elements meet. Elements are circuit elements. They are resistor, inductor, capacitor. R for resistor, L for inductor, C for capacitor. Here, all the terminals are considered as node of the network because each and every terminal connected with circuit elements, so it can be considered as node because minimum two elements are joined. If you consider point F, here R6 and R5 are connected. If you consider point B, R1 and R2 are connected. So minimum two elements are joined together. So this point is called a nodal point. Next one, mesh or loop. It is a set of branches forming a closed path in a network in such a way that if one branch is removed, then remaining branches do not form a closed path. In the diagram, A, B, C, D, A. See, starting point A, ending point also A. That is called closed loop or mesh. Started from A, B, C, D, ended in A. Similarly, C, F, E, D, C or D, C, F, E, D. Both starting and ending points are same. It is considered as loop. Next one, classification of electrical network. For that, I have drawn one tree diagram or branch diagram. Totally, there are 8 classifications based on 4 factors First one active passive, then linear non-linear, unilateral bilateral, last one lumped distributed. So these four factors are, if you consider first factor, that gives two classification, active passive. That means whether the given network provided with the energy source or not, based on that active and passive network is classified. And consider the second factor, that gives linear non-linear. If the given circuit obeys the Ohm's law or not. Is there any change in parameter with change in time voltage? Means that indicate linear non-linear. Then unilateral bilateral, that is third factor, that classification taken from third factor, that means direction of flow of current. If there is change in direction in the flow of current, means then the circuit character will be changed. That gives in third factor. Then in fourth factor, lumped and distributed networks are classified. That means whether the circuit elements are physically separable or not. Let us discuss in detailed manner. If you take linear network, a circuit or network whose parameters, that is elements like resistance, inductances and capacitances are always constant irrespective of the change in time, voltage, temperature, etc. is known as linear network. The Ohm's law can be applied to such network. The mathematical equation of such network can be obtained using Ohm's law. Then the non-linear network. It is opposite to that of linear network. Here a circuit whose parameters change their values with change in time, temperature, voltage, etc. is known as non-linear network. The Ohm's law may not be applied to such network. Then bilateral network. As I said earlier, unilateral network and bilateral network are classified based on the direction of current. A circuit whose characteristics behavior is same irrespective of the direction of current through various elements of it is called bilateral network. Network consisting only resistance is good example of bilateral network. In unilateral network, a circuit whose operation or behavior is dependent on the direction of current through various elements is called a unilateral network. Here circuit consisting diodes which allows flow of current only in one direction is good example of unilateral network. Yes, diode will conduct only in forward biasing condition. So the current flow in one direction only allowed in PN junction diode. Then the active network. As I said earlier, a circuit which contains at least one source of energy is called active network. And energy source may be a voltage or current source. In the given circuit diagram, see, in left hand side we have V1 voltage source, in right hand side we have I1 current source. So both are energy sources. Energy sources are voltage source and current source. In the circuit diagram we have both voltage source and current source. So this network can be called as active network. Next one, passive network. A circuit which contains no energy source is called a passive network. See the circuit diagram, here no energy sources such as voltage source or current source. Only circuit elements are connected, that is resistance R1, R2, R3. So this kind of network is called a passive network. Then lumped network. A network in which all the network elements are physically separable is known as lumped network. Most of the electric networks are lumped in nature, which consist elements like R, L, C, voltage source, etc. Then the last one, distributed network. A network in which the circuit elements like resistance, inductance, etc. cannot be physically separable for analysis purpose is called distributed network. The best example of such network is a transmission line, because in transmission line we cannot separate